seeking guidance on your spiritual journey? Need help with a vexing problem? Missing a loved one and looking for answers? Look no further than Psychic Insights, a small trusted psychic service offering mediums, psychics, and spiritual coaching. This service is managed by Hollis Taylor, a gifted psychic medium, astrologer, and a compassionate coach. We are dedicated to helping you navigate your spiritual awakening. At Psychic Insights, we provide medium readings and psychic insight to help you plan for tomorrow and make choices for today. Find the support you need, compassionate grief coaching, and astrological insights to help you spiritually grow and transform. Our professional services include well-managed schedules, recorded sessions, and reliable psychic mediums ready to facilitate your transformational experience. Discover more at psychicinsights.life. All right. Welcome, everybody. Here we go again. Let's hope it goes a little smoother than the last two times that I've done this. So I will try to get to your comments as quickly as I can, and please be very patient. And I guess I'll let Jamie Angel introduce themselves, and we'll go from there. You ready?
Hi, everyone. I'm happy that you're here with us today. I'm Jamie Angel. I do mediumship readings. I also do card readings and rune readings, as well as my own specialty that I developed called fabriomancy. And I'm trying to think. I've just had a little bit of mind blank there. When I do readings, I've been connecting with the universe and spirit and divine ever since I was a child, but over the years have grown in those giftings. There are times when I will pick up things visually. Sometimes I'll get something audible. It's interesting getting something audible because of the fact that I am physically deaf. So it makes it very much more interesting when you get some sort of a auditory, hey, thus and such is okay. And that. So, and sometimes I also will have sensations in the body that oftentimes seem to align with what another person has experienced. And I get many times olfactory has come to the forefront recently, which is a very interesting experience because, a lot of times you're not expecting to suddenly smell something, but perfumes, cookies. I've had a few different times where there have been specific things that I've just been like, oh, okay, that's a new one. And that, or, oh, that's a smell that smells familiar. I actually can identify that one, though I'm not sure why it's happening now. So, so there are various ways that I interact with the universe and with the spirits who communicate with me. And I'm hopeful that you're all having a good day, and I look forward to being able to connect you with some of your loved ones.
Great. Now, I'm kind of popping back and forth. Here is one. I lost my grandmother, please.
I'm picking up a grandmother. I don't know if the one I'm picking up is yours or not. Her hair is what I would classify more as a steely gray, and that as opposed to a full-on gray. The person that I'm getting right now. This lady I perceive is kind of short and a little bit on the stocky side. I don't know if that resonates with you as to whether that's your grandmother or not. Okay, so you're saying yes, that does. I seem to see flowers. I think they're like pink tulips. I don't know if that has any meaning to you or not. Don't know if maybe she had a garden or something, or happened to like them and had them on a piano or something, for all I know. But I just seem to be seeing pink tulips, if that means anything. Oh, okay. That makes perfect sense then. And she really is happy to be able to connect with you. And I'm seeing butterflies. So I would not be surprised if she sent some butterflies your way, or if there's another significance between you and her and butterflies. Okay, yes. I don't know if this has any relevance to you or if it's somebody else coming through, but I'm also getting a brown and black patchy style of cat that walks slightly funny. I would think that possibly it had injured a foot or a leg or something. Does that have any relevance to you? Okay. I do feel that your grandmother is quite proud of you, and I also feel like she um, has seen a lot of growth in you. That's what I seem to be hearing. So I'm not sure what your journey has been, but I get the impression that there was a time where you really struggled, and that now you're starting to get things figured out and be a bit healthier in your life. Okay. That explains what the next thing I had been going to ask you about was if you had done any kind of caregiving type of work or worked in a health capacity, because I was seeing scrubs, which I often identify with that practice. My sense, though, is she is confident in you and that you can make it, and that you are growing into a more powerful person than you ever thought you'd be. And she gave you her wisdom, and you can tap into that when you need to. Feel free to ask, Grandma, what should I do? And you will hear if you listen for it. And it will be things that it's almost like an echoing back many times, but That's how they often communicate with us. I'm not picking up on others right at this moment per se. I'm still seeing that one cat. Um, there seems to also be a dog there that seems to be with her. That dog seems to be black in color. Um, and that's the main person that main being that I seem to be seeing right there at this moment, um, that I'm tapping into. I do seem to find a man. I don't know if he's related to you or if he's for somebody else. There's a man who's a little bit younger, like I would say possibly more like into the 20s to 30s range. It seems to be in the same general region. Um, he has brown hair. Um, I seem to perceive him with a baseball cap, so it's probably somebody who often wore one. Um, I don't know. I smell a smell that I associate with a mechanical type of thing. So he may have been a mechanic or a trucker, or may have, like to work on his own car. I'm not sure if they're connected to you or if they're just someone else that I'm connecting with. And you said it's possible, as far as the dog, that she had a lot of animals. Okay, your uncle had died young, and that was your grandmother's son. Did he work in one of those fields that would be associated with that smell of like motor oil or car grease, or frequently work on his own vehicles or anything? Okay, you worked on cars with your grandfather. Okay, so that's why that smell was relevant then too, then, because working on it with them and that. He has a kind of interesting energy to him. Um, kind of seems a little bit quiet, but kind of the kind of person, the vibe I get is someone who could be really quiet until you got to know them, and then could be a bit more fun. Does that make sense? Yes, he was very. I feel like he wants you to know that you have what you need, and you can call on him as well if there's things that you need that need more of a man's energy. Tap into him and allow him to give you a little bit of feedback at times as well. Uh, there's definitely confidence that you have what you need to succeed going forward, and that just because they're not here physically does not mean that you're not still able to interact with them and to trust them and to rely on them when you need when it's needed. I hope that helps. I believe that there's a couple others. I got a couple others coming through at this point. There, I don't know if the cat resonates with anybody else, but definitely I'm still feeling that cat. Amber said that her mom had a black and brown cat that had a crooked tail. And they both passed. It could be that one. Just kind of something odd about the way it walked too. So that's why what I had noticed was kind of that odd gait. But did your mom have dark hair? Dark brown. Yeah, that makes sense. I was seeing a lady with dark hair, not black hair, but like a darker shade of brown, where it's and that where it's definitely dark, not a you know lighter, or where you're sitting there going, is it brown or is it blonde type of thing. Um, yeah. Did she do anything relating to flowers, possibly silk flowers? I just had an image of some silk flowers, and I'm not sure of the relevance with that. It's possible something relating to floristry or something relating to crafting or making something for a special event. I don't know. Okay, that makes sense. She said, not that I know if she did like them, she would pick them. I did have flowers, silk flowers in my wedding. That makes sense then. I assume she was there at your wedding. If not, I would take that as a sign that she's letting you know that she's still watching. Okay, that was right before she passed. Yes. So a very special memory and special time. I get the sense that she's very happy for you and happy that you found someone. That often makes it harder for them to remember things, but key bits can be a real and sometimes you find them coming through with a lot more once they're already on the other side than they seemed to have when they were here. There is a theory that part of that is because their minds are kind of straddling worlds, or straddling through the dimensions between the other side and this side. Do you have any children? I'm seeing a little boy. I'm not sure if he's connected to you or not, but he's got kind of blondish colored hair. Okay. She has 3 children. Um, 2 boys, both blonde. Would one of them be in that 2 to 4 age bracket? Okay, that makes sense then. I'm not always great with gauging ages, but that was the age bracket that this child appears to be, is that 2 to 4. Yeah. Okay. So again, something very significant that happened just before she left to the other side. I would not be surprised if she sometimes touches base with him, and he may even mention something about his grandmother from time to time, and you're sitting there going, okay, type of thing. And she, just because she's on the other side, doesn't mean she's not going to take the time to get to know him. I think that's one of the main things she wants you to know is that, she is still keeping tabs on you all and loves you all very much. I hope that that has been helpful for you.
Here, I have from one of the groups. Her name is Kristen Lamb.
Okay, Kristen Lamb, I'm interested to see if you can connect with my husband that passed away around 2 months ago. Any messages for me are welcome if my late father comes through. Okay. I'm picking up on a man. I can't really get details yet on him. I'm trying to see him a little more clearly. I'm able to see it's masculine energy. Did your husband by chance have lung or heart issues, something related to the chest? The way the pressure feels, it feels more lung related, like breathing type of things. It's possibly even like something, compressing on the chest would feel that way as well. It feels like difficulty breathing is a strong feeling that I'm getting. I'm getting a little bit up in the neck area too, so. Did your husband depart at a time of his own choosing? Okay, heart and lung. Okay, that makes sense then. I'm not sure with the throat. Sometimes I feel that when it's a case of someone has gone by way of hanging, but it's more to the front of the throat. Did he have a trach? Okay, heart failure. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm definitely tapping into him. Do you have a little boy? Okay, so he did decide not to be resuscitated. So he was tired. That tiredness is what I was feeling, but he did not go by his own hand. He just chose not to suffer any longer. And it seems important that you know that he tried as hard as he could, but he's finally free from being in pain. So he was intubated and on life support that morning. That makes sense with what I was feeling at the throat then, because the tube goes all down in. Yeah. Used to have a little guy. They were best friends. That's what I was feeling. It's like he mostly wants to be sure that your little one doesn't forget him and knows that he's still watching over him. Yes. Is one of them in that toddlerish age bracket or just above toddler age? He was very scared to die, but knew he was dying. His body couldn't go through anymore. Yes. Did you do a butterfly release or something like that for him? Your son dreams of him every night. Yes, that's time they can share. Okay. So it may have been remembering back to that point when they were little bitty. Did they do any carpentry type work together? Like daddy building something and son had the hammer at some point? Butterflies have come around you a lot in the last couple months and landing on your hand. Yes, they typically don't land on one, so when they do, that's definitely a sign. Okay, sports and movies. Okay. I'm not sure what that thing of seeing a child carrying a hammer was then, but it's possible I'm picking up on something, piggybacking or something there. But he is doing his best to make sure that you and your children are taken care of, and that your children know that that he's there for them. He loves you all so much, and just really, he really wants to make sure that you know how hard he tried. Thank you for that sign, butterfly. He is likely to send more. I also feel like there may have been some cloud shapes that have resonated with you and with your sons. Oh, okay, yes, that makes sense. Okay, now the hammer thing makes sense. I was interpreting it wrong. Yes, Thor. Yes, now I understand it. Yeah. Oh, yes, yes. I hope that this reading has helped you and will help your sons.
I have another one I'm going to put on the screen. It's from a Karen Davidson.
I get the sense that if it were up to them, they would have passed hand in hand. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm feeling, is that they really didn't want to be without each other. I don't know if that resonates with you or not. But
I'm waiting for a response from her.
yes.
Well, Kristen left a comment and she said she grieves quietly for her children.
Yes. Oftentimes, that's the hardest part is you're dealing with your own grief, but you also have the grief of the little ones
Yeah.
who often can't. And yes, teenagers are still little when it comes to not having that experience or knowing. And let's face it, they're young. They shouldn't need to be facing those big adult things. So it hurts a lot more when they have to.
Well, I'm going to remove her comment and I'll put another comment up. And if she responds, then
Okay. Okay.
Here we go, from Jody.
Okay, Jody, let me see if I can tap in there. I'm picking up a couple people, so I'm trying to figure out which one is the right energy for yours. I'm getting a child that's female around 6 years old. I'm also getting another one that's probably in that 13 to 17 range. So kind of trying to figure out which one is which, or if neither of them are right. So if you can give us some feedback on that, that would help me to identify which one they are. Any further feedback from Jody yet?
No, sorry, I haven't gotten any
Okay.
feedback from Jody. But Karen did respond back.
Okay.
She said thank you. So Karen, if you can confirm what Jamie Angel was saying about your parents.
Karen, I feel like if what I'm seeing is a real closeness that, let's face it, it can be kind of rare in this day and age, because a lot of marriages don't last. So those loving connections, when they do, are so powerful. And I think one of the things I sense is that they hope that you get to experience that full ride of life with someone that you can love to that degree that's like, I don't want to be here without you. And I've lived a full life. And so I'm ready to be with you. And being able to just naturally transition. I myself was someone who experienced my grandparents going 6 months apart. And with that, my grandfather said at my grandmother's funeral that he was glad that she went first because that way he did not have to worry about her. So many times making sure your loved one is cared for is so prevalent in our hearts. But they also do want to be sure that the loved ones they left behind, regardless of age, are taken care of and are safe and loved. May I ask if your father tended to sometimes wear a cowboy hat? 'Cause I just got an image of a cowboy hat.
They seem to, I don't know if they're not getting the feed.
It's possible there's a bit of a lag.
Oh, she said he wore a cap.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not sure of the significance of the hat, but when I see something like that, I tend to take notice of it. Does someone else have his cap now?
Some of these are kind of laggy.
Yeah.
So, oh, here we go. There we go. We have another comment from Karen.
Yeah. His cap sits in a teddy in the front room. Okay. Yeah. So that makes sense then, because the hat is a point of contact. So when you are needing to connect, you can just talk to him. But there's times where actually connecting with an item of a loved one's can kind of help to give you more of that empowered connection. Does that make sense? Now, did she make any special type of cake? I'm smelling a smell that I associate with cake baking. Smell wise, it makes me think of like a Black Forest cake, but so it might have been chocolate or might have had some cherries to it, is what it makes me think of, but it may just be some sort of baking in general, that kind of the thing that makes your mouth water. Do we have any further comments? They know. And they're trying their best to give you hugs and hold you, help to repair your broken heart. And they want you to remember that just because they're not in physical form doesn't mean they're not there, and that you aren't able to go to them whenever you need to. If you ask them for feedback, they will give you signs that will help you to know what to do. I just saw some sort of a lily. Does that have any significance to you?
Yeah, I'm not getting any more responses.
Okay.
Okay, but Jody ended up on a different platform
Oh,
with the daughter. So she stated that she was not sick.
okay.
So
So she wasn't in that 6-year-old age range. Um, okay, and then it might not be her then, because there were two females that were young that I was connecting to. One seems to be like a teenager, and the other one I would classify in that 6-year-old bracket. It could be a little bit younger, or up through 9-ish or 10. But the child was relatively petite that I was seeing.
yeah, I'm not.
This little
Oh,
girl.
she said no.
Okay. Okay. Well, the little girl that I'm seeing, I don't know who that little one is, um, but if this resonates with anybody, this child's got what I would classify as that light brown, where it's close to a dirty blonde, but slightly browner than that, um, hair. Um, very petite. That's why my gauge would be probably in that 6 to 8 zone, maybe, possibly as young as 4 or 5. But I think 6 seems to be right around where I would guess. Um, Little girl. Um, I'm seeing her kind of outside playing hopscotch on a sidewalk. Well, would she be in that? She said she was little framed but not 6. Would it be within that, like, I would say probably could be as young as 4 or 5, or as much as 8 to 10? Would that be within the range of this child? Um, like I said, this child, I'm seeing her playing hopscotch and doing chalk on sidewalks. So I'd done the hopscotch chalking and had also done some other chalking type of things. If that one's not Jody's, do we know who it is? Okay, so that's not the same one then. That might be the one that I had perceived as possibly teen years. It's possible that she just was older than what I would have guessed her to be. If she looked more like like she could pass for 15, 16, 17, then that would probably be the teen one that I was seeing, or what I had seen, thought was a teen one.
I do have someone who says, who kind of connected to that.
Okay.
So it's Sheila.
Okay. Sheila said, that's Shane, the teenager. She was 19. Do you see her with a guy? Blonde hair. She had blonde hair. Okay. The one I was seeing more as a brownish, but that light brown is what I was seeing on that particular one. The not sure if it's the same. If it's the same one.
I got a response from Jody. She did say that her daughter did play hopscotch when she was younger.
Okay.
You know, where you see if it's, yeah.
Okay, so I think what I'm seeing there may be the age progressions of little version and the older version of the same person there. Okay, she could pass for that age. Yeah, that makes sense then. I just had my pulse change a bit. Did she have, and her daughter did have that hair color. Did she have anything, a sudden effect to the pulse? Because it's kind of weird because it's like right here that I'm feeling it suddenly speeded up. Not sure if she may have had some sort of a medication reaction or something of that nature. Yes. Yes, she is at peace. I get the feeling that oftentimes when I get that sense right there with the pulse, a lot of times it may be a medication reaction, or an overdose sometimes in those situations. Sometimes it's an idiopathic thing that just their bodies just randomly stopped working too. But I definitely feel a sense of peace, and the feeling I get is kind of more like a finally at peace thing, which sometimes it is what I sense when they've had either a lot of health issues or have had a lot of other things going on, like mental health or addiction type of things. Okay. my sense is that she is at peace, and she also is trying to give you signals. I feel like she's tried to do some things with lighting, but I also seem to see lightning in the sky. So it may be that you've seen some things with, storms that have somehow either the clouds relating to it or the lightning that you somehow associate with her passing. I don't know. She died of an OD. Okay, that makes perfect sense then with the speed, the pulse change. But she is at peace now. She's tried to send you signs and wants you to know that she still loves you lots. She wishes she could have stayed a little longer and whatnot. Didn't want to let you down. Had she tried to get clean recently before that? So I feel like she's saying that she really did try.
Still haven't gotten a response yet. Yeah, I don't have I haven't gotten a response yet.
Well, I think the main thing she wants her mother to know that she loved her and that she did really try.
Here we go. They're I think they're delayed.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Ah, yes. She tried really hard and wanted just to be proud of her. And she does love you so very much. I hope this reading has been helpful for you. I think it's important to her that you remember the amount of time she was able to be clean.
Krista wrote, "Great reading for Jody. Very impressed."
Thank you.
This pretty much puts us to the hour mark. If you want to book a reading, please, let me get that link up there. Bear with me. Be patient. I'll put a link in the comments. There we go. We're getting that through the comments. And I want to thank everybody for coming in and stopping in. Also, those who have been so supportive. So I guess Hollis will be back on the next one. I'm not quite sure when the next, event will be through StreamYard. I'm not sure. I don't know if Hollis had told you anything.
Probably would think probably sometime next week. We've been
Okay.
trying to do them weekly,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
there'll be posts in the group as to whether it's a StreamYard done one through the live feed or whether it will be the Zooms.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. So I want to thank everybody for being so patient. Thank you, Jamie, for being so patient with me. I was trying to move as fast as I can. And I wish everybody a blessed day.
Thank you all for coming.
Are you seeking guidance on your spiritual journey? Need help with a vexing problem? Missing a loved one and looking for answers? Look no further than Psychic Insights, a small trusted psychic service offering mediums, psychics, and spiritual coaching. This service is managed by Hollis Taylor, a gifted psychic medium, astrologer, and a compassionate coach. We are dedicated to helping you navigate your spiritual awakening. At Psychic Insights, we provide medium readings and psychic insight to help you plan for tomorrow and make choices for today. Find the support you need, compassionate grief coaching, and astrological insights to help you spiritually grow and transform. Our professional services include well-managed schedules, recorded sessions, and reliable psychic mediums ready to facilitate your transformational experience. Discover more at psychicinsights.life.